In just a moment, I'm going to bring Abigail in here, and she can take you through some of these streets that are ahead and a little further down the road. Let me show you one other thing here quickly. And is the movement still 20 miles an hour to the northeast?
Yes, movement is 20 miles to the northeast.
All right. So let's take this out 20 miles per hour and show you what's going on. So you got Old Americus, Popetown, Harleston, and Movella all conceivably within the path of this storm. It may move one direction or another, and often these tornadoes are maybe 100 yards across or 200 yards across. They're not necessarily miles wide. So in this case, you would think a fairly narrow tornado, but these are the cities, or I should say the communities really, that are in the path of this storm, the storm that is capable of producing and could be producing a tornado at this hour. I'm going to switch back to the reflectivity here. Just again, the standard view of the radar that you are most accustomed to. I'm going to turn it over to Abigail for a moment, and if you can walk us through some of these communities that may be in the path of this storm.
Yeah, so we have this tornado warning moving northeast around 20 miles an hour, and that is until 1:15. That's Jackson County, correct?
Yes.
Jackson County. And if we get a little closer here, bear with me, if we get a little closer into here, we can see this get down to the street level.
There you go.
We can see Old Americus. It's right over you now. It's just a little north of Harleston. And then some of these other cities right here, you'll be in the direct path pretty soon. Again, it's moving northeast at 20 miles an hour. And if we get a little closer here, we can see that some of these street names, it's passing over Highway 63 right now. It's kind of over White Road right now as well. Beasley Road, you're going to be in the path of this tornado. And if we look at where you should go, where to go, let's talk about that. Where to go? We want to be in the lowest level here of your house. If you don't have a basement, the most interior room away from windows. So I like to say duck. Down under, so in your basement, under something, so cover your head, and then keep away from doors and windows. So a small bathroom, a small closet, or something like that in the interior of your house. That's the safest place to be. So if we take it back out to our roads here, we have Highway 63. Again, it's passing over Highway 63, Dean Nursery Road, Beasley Road. You are all in that area. If we take it back out just a little bit, you can see these other counties that will be in this soon. And if you're in any of these areas, you should be preparing to take cover immediately.
Okay. So let me walk you through just a few more things here quickly and show you what's going on with this system. You got, remind you that we have a line of storms moving through the area. So this may not be the only tornado warning that we see today. There is a chance that we may see more before all is said and done. We are looking for the potential of severe weather again tomorrow. So we're, especially tomorrow night into Saturday, we may see quite a bit more in the way of bad weather then. All right, so let's go back to the warning at hand. This warning is moving out of Jackson County, Mississippi, into George County in Mississippi, Agricola, Dean's Landing, Barton, all in the path of a storm that very likely could be producing a tornado. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to walk through some of the tools that we use to see what's going on inside these storms. We start off with the standard reflectivity. That's what that's called. It's just your usual radar picture. This shear rate product gives us an idea of where to look within the storm for the possibility of a tornado. Let's do that now with this velocity scan. And now a lot broader and a lot messier. I'm going to take this warning out so we can see a little better what's going on here. but much messier, not nearly as well defined as it was a few moments ago. I want to see the base velocity picture and see if that shows a little better what's going on. But yes, this is definitely broadening out as it moves up out of Jackson County, Mississippi into George County. I'm going to check for debris once again. Still, the potential of that is out there. Where you see these big changes in the colors is what we're looking for, to make sure they're not the same as the area around them. That's what large debris in the air would show up as. So let me just check a few more things here. We have heard the possibility of hail in this. I don't see any right now, and I don't see, there was a little bit before this thing made it into Old Americas, but hail, not the big problem with this. The big problem, of course, is the fact that we may be seeing a tornado on the ground in this area of northern Jackson County moving into George County in Mississippi. So that's the situation right now as we see it. I'm going to take you back down to street level, show you exactly what is going on, and we'll go there with the storm relative velocity. But again, this is a far messier situation than what we were looking at before. If you recall, just a few minutes ago, you saw these reds and greens in bright colors close to one another. Now they're broadening out. They're farther apart. This tells me that we are starting to lose the organization of this storm, and it is very likely no longer producing a tornado. That hasn't been confirmed by the Weather Service as of yet. Could you check on that and take a look and see what's going on? But that's the situation as we see it right now. I'm going to take you in closer still. Let's turn that off, turn this on, get you right on down here into the area around Harleston and show you Dean Nursery Road, Davis Sawmill Road. Even though this system has broadened out considerably, I do believe that it may have lost enough organization to produce a tornado. I would not take a chance. I would just go ahead, move to that interior room, away from windows, as many walls between you and the outside as is humanly possible. Generally, what you want to do is surround yourself with sofa cushions and pillows and that sort of thing. And you may feel silly putting on a helmet, but it's a good idea. Baseball helmet, football helmet, motorcycle helmet, whatever you got lying around. So that's the area around Dean Nursery Road, Davis Sawmill Road, White Road as you move up into George County in Mississippi. Let's see what else is up in this area here. We'll scoot on down. Stone Cipher Road and Highway 63 around Cowart Road where it runs into Cowart Road. Again, possibility of a tornado in that area. Grant Skinner is now joining us too. Grant and Abigail are here. Could we check and see if NWS is saying anything about this?
Yeah, the Weather Service just said that it is waning. They're going to keep the warning for the time being, but they are mentioning the weakening of that system.
Okay, chances are good that as this system weakens, and again, that broader circulation tells you that it is a weakening system, that it is no longer producing a tornado more than likely. But what it will be doing is producing winds on the order of 50, 60 miles per hour. So this is still something you want to take into consideration if you're around this area at Stone Cipher Road, Dean Nursery Road, and Cowart Road, headed up toward Movella in just the next very little bit. I'm going to turn off this lightning just because it's getting in the way. See if we can get that to go. There we go. Like that. All right, so that is the situation as we see it. I'm going to go back out to the wide picture of our neighborhood right here and switch back to the standard radar view. That's called reflectivity. And you can see a line of showers and some thunderstorms making their way into our neighborhood. And this will be passing through. It's going to take some time. This has been a really slow mover, so it may be all afternoon before this thing gets entirely out of our neighborhood. We'll have another round of showers and some thunderstorms tonight, and then the main line of thunderstorms is on its way for tomorrow night, and that's when we could very well see quite a bit more in the way of severe weather, and you may get more tornado warnings. So what do you do? Well, in that case, you just stay aware of the weather. You stay on top of the weather. You check in tomorrow morning with Abigail, tomorrow evening with Grant, and you can always look up WKRG.com and our weather page there. Our free weather app is a good thing to have. And if you don't already have a NOAA weather radio, we always encourage that as well. Always a terrific thing to have on hand. But if you don't, just go with the weather app. It will alert you if warnings are issued for your neighborhood. So that's where we stand right now. Weakening system. I'm expecting the National Weather Service to cancel this warning before 1:15. That's how long it's supposed to run, but I just don't think it's going to last that long. I will go back and show you one more time what's happening with this storm. Right here, whoops. Well, let's try and get this right. There we go. That'll bring us down to where we need to be. This thing has just decided that it is not going to cooperate with me. There we go. Got it. All right. So here we are around Dean Landing, Agricola area. The shear has weakened considerably. This is a very weak amount of shear. In fact, it's going to tell you in just a second. Boop, it pops up there and says weak. So weak shear, storm relative velocity. Now it's just undecipherable as to where this might be. Let me check on the base velocity. It may be a little easier to see. And yeah, I can see a little better here. Let me just clear off that zero. You can see here that kind of broad circulation, but it is broad enough now that I feel comfortable in bringing you back to regular programming. So that's the situation. We still have a strong storm. Make no mistake. This area, Agricola, Dean Landing, you are still in the path of what is a very strong storm, capable of producing damaging winds and hail and frequent lightning. Let me scoot you down here just a little bit, somewhere like that, and I will show you where this thing is headed. So there's the center of the storm right about there. We'll go out about 20 miles. And you can see that Movella, Agricola, Dean Landing, Waters Landing, Howell, and Shipman all in the path of what is a strong storm. Don't know that it is producing any tornadoes anymore. It does not look like that. It's not showing any of the suspicious markers anymore for that sort of behavior. But nonetheless, a big storm capable of producing big winds and maybe some small hail with it. We'll be seeing more of these over the next few hours. And also, again, remember, tomorrow night is when the main body of heavy weather is likely to come through our neighborhood. So we go back to the big picture. We'll turn back on the reflectivity and put this back into motion. Show you a line of strong thunderstorms making its way through our neighborhood. Right now, still a warned area. This part of Jackson County should be dropped out of that area. George County missed, seeing a strong thunderstorm, a tornado warning, but at this point, the threat of the tornado has diminished enough that we're going to return to regular programming. We'll monitor this, and if that situation tightens up again, then we'll be back on with Abigail and Grant to tell you more about what's happening with the weather. For now, let's return to regular programming. I'm meteorologist John Nodar for Grant Skinner and Abigail Gillespie and the rest of the News 5 First Alert Storm team.
But you still need to treat this like it is a confirmed tornado. I'm still watching this right here. It looks kind of messier now. Again, this debris tracker, watching where we're seeing debris lofted in the air, it's looking messier now. So I'm not as concerned with there being a tornado on the ground, but you still need to treat this like there is a tornado. Move to that interior portion of your home on the lowest level. And if you're, I know there are some areas out here near Cottage Park Estates, along Schillinger Road, Cottage Hill Road, where there are some trailer homes or mobile homes, I should say. Any of those mobile homes, RVs, anything like that, you need to go and move into a more sturdy structure if you can as soon as possible. Because if this is a confirmed tornado, this could easily loft a small mobile home or anything like that. Along Dawes Road, still watching for a confirmed tornado warning. South of Cottage Park Estates, moving closer to Schillinger Road south. So you need to keep a close eye on this if you're in that area, and also along McFarland Road. Ed Bloodsworth is now in here now.
Okay, we just got word the National Weather Service, they may be having to take shelter here in the next couple of minutes. Okay. So we'll stay on air with them, but just note that is now still considered on the ground in West Mobile. Yeah, as our chief meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth just mentioned, the Weather Service in Mobile is likely having to seek shelter
shelter. So this warning might go for a little bit longer as they are seeking shelter right now, because this is, again, a confirmed tornado warning, and they need to seek shelter as well. They just put in this confirmed tornado warning about 20 to 25 minutes ago, and we need to treat this as it's still producing damage. I know it's not looking as prominent on radar, but you also have to note, Ed just mentioned, this is near the radar site, so sometimes it can get a little fuzzy on radar. So although it might not look that pronounced on radar right now, it still could be producing damage. It still could be a tornado on the ground in southwestern Mobile County. Even on reflectivity, I'm noticing this main radar that we typically use, I'm noting it is messier on here as well. But still watching as it moves to the north and east. Near the Dawes community, folks, this is moving close to Schillinger Road South now, Cottage Hill Road. The Dawes community is still included in this, so you need to be in your safe place if you are in these areas. Along Dawes Point as well, Country Squire Estates, the Windcrest community, Ramada Estates, South Ridge. That neighborhood there, the South Ridge neighborhood south of Cottage Hill Road, that's near Lloyd's Lane as well in West Mobile. If you're still near that intersection I talked about, Cottage Hill, Crest, Cottage Hill and Sully Road, Cottage Hill and Schillinger, those bigger intersections along Cottage Hill Road, you need to be in your safe place right now. There's a confirmed tornado. We're still treating this as a confirmed tornado, as this is really close to the radar site. So we could still see some differences on radar because it is so close to the radar. It's hard to see sometimes exactly what's going on. It's likely still along Dawes Road, though, I'm thinking, and likely moving to the north and east, closer to Schillinger Road South. That's why I'm still keeping a very close eye on this. I know reflectivity is still pretty messy, but it's likely still close to Schillinger Road South and also Cottage Hill Road. I know there are apartment complexes all close to Grelot as well. There's a Target up here. This is where the Target Supercenter is, and also this is where the Walmart Supercenter is as well. I think this will likely stay just to the south of that, closer to Cottage Hill, but you still need to be in your safe place. This is still included in the tornado warning, and likely will stay south of Baker High School as well. If you're along Old Shell, this is pretty far to your south, so I would still keep an eye on things, but I think this is going to stay just south of your area. Excuse me.
And Grant, sorry about to interrupt
yes.
you. We have crews actually en route to the areas of along Dawes Road. We were getting some reports in the newsroom on scanner traffic of some power lines down in that area.
Okay.
So we have dispatched crews there. It appears to be where this tornado may have passed over.
Yeah, so the area near the Dawes community, we have a crew going out there right now to assess some of that damage, like there's some power lines down in that area. So already where we saw that area where our debris tracker was showing those yellows and greens, it's likely something different than rain. There was likely some sort of debris being lofted as that tornado was on the ground and moving to the north and east, close to the Dawes community. So we have folks head out to the Dawes Road area in southwestern Mobile County to check that out. Again, this likely developed closer to Grand Bay and moved to the north and east, and it could still be producing damage. And again, pretty messy on radar still, but we're going to keep a close eye on this over the next little while.
We just got some new word here from the Weather Service. Just like what you've been looking at here, it appears that tornado has lifted. They are going to maintain this for at least another 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
Or well, I should say they've actually just reissued a new tornado warning to take over the place of what's left in that original warning, but
okay.
They do believe it's lifted. And let's see, another possible tornado redevelopment, if this does drop another tornado, the Milk House subdivision, Malabar Heights, Greenwich Hills,
yep.
and Cottage Hill and University.
Yep, so Cottage Hill and University. I was thinking that. Yeah, so this is going to continue to move to the north and east, and if it does reproduce a tornado, we're talking again, this is a very heavily populated area. A lot of neighborhoods in here near the Cottage Hill Road area and areas just to the north near Cottage Hill and University. We have a lot of folks there. And that's going to be close to the Walmart neighborhood market there, right on the intersection of Cottage Hill Road and University. If you're in that general area, you need to keep a very close eye on this. I know there's not a tornado warning out for you right now, but there likely will be another one issued that pushes to the north and east, and areas like along Cottage Hill Road, University going to be included in this warning. So you need to still be keeping a close eye on it. Be close to your area, or your safe place. That way, if there is a confirmed tornado, we can let you know and move you into that location. It looks like we just went off the air
Keep
briefly,
on going.
so-
All right, keep on going, Grant.
I'm going to keep going on, if you're on Facebook, I'm going to keep going here or on our streaming services, but we're still watching this area in southwestern Mobile County, again, near the Dawes community. This is likely a tornado that has weakened a bit, but the storm could still produce another tornado. I'm going to actually turn this off real quick. We're still back on TV. There we go. Watching in southwestern Mobile County, we're still watching this tornado warning. This is going to be in southwestern Mobile County, moving close to the Dawes Road community, Cottage Hill Road, where we have crews going out to an area in the Dawes Road area. There was likely some damage. So again, this is a tornado that likely has produced damage in southwestern Mobile County. And as I just mentioned, we might have cut over to Facebook briefly during this, but there likely will be another warning issued for areas to the north and east, close to Cottage Hill Road and University, because this could re-spin up. I'm watching this very closely. There's a lot of low-level spin in our atmosphere, and so that could spin up another tornado as it moves to the north and east, closer to Cottage Hill Road and University. So if you live in those areas, you need to be keeping a very close eye on the situation. If you know someone that may not be paying attention right now, give them a call real quick if they live in that area. If they work in that area, let them know they need to keep a close eye on the weather, because another tornado warning could be issued to the north and east if this storm is able to recirculate and form another tornado. But as Ed mentioned earlier, the Weather Service has been watching this. It has weakened a bit, as we have noted as well. It's harder to pick out exactly where the rotation is in the storm right now because it is so close to the radar site. So the radar gets very messy when it's very close to the radar. The beam is pointed at an angle, so it ends up getting really messy as there's a lot of trees and stuff like that in the way as well. It's just harder to tell exactly where some things are. But if you're near the Creekwood community, Windcrest, Carish Hills, near Schillinger Road, Cottage Hill, I've called that out a lot. You still need to be in your safe place. Sully Road and Cottage Hill. Hillcrest and Cottage Hill, you still need to be in your safe place. You're still included in this tornado warning. This is still a confirmed tornado warning for those areas as well. I know if you're along Hillcrest and Cottage Hill, you're in like the far portions of this polygon here, but you still need to be in your safe place. Again, along Schillinger Road South, that's where the storm is likely still moving, close to Grelot as well. I still think this could stay south of the airport, but we're still going to watch that closely because this could move in a different direction. We want to let you know if you're in any of these places along Airport Boulevard and Point South, you still need to be in your safe place. And I actually want to pull up reflectivity because we could see a slight shift in where this storm is moving. It's still really hard to tell right now on radar. Are you seeing anything, Ed?
Right at this point, I would place, if we have any issues,
Yeah.
You mentioned Sully Road, Sully Road, Cottage Hill,
Yeah.
and Hillcrest, that area, I'm still thinking that's about where this would be.
That's what I was thinking as well. So, yeah, if you are still along Cottage Hill Road, Sully Road, Hillcrest, and areas to the east as well, you still need to be watching this very closely. This could be a confirmed tornado still on the ground. I still think that we've seen some weakening. This might not be on the ground still, but it still could be producing some strong wind gusts as well. Even if it's not producing a tornado, it could be producing very strong winds. So you still need to be in your safe place, lowest interior room of your home, away from windows. That's the best place for you to be. Having a helmet is good to have. If you have a bike helmet or any sort of helmet, grab that, put that over you. That can protect you from falling debris if a tornado were ever to hit your home, or even some strong wind gusts. And as I mentioned, if you live in a mobile home as well and you live downstream of this storm, closer to Cottage Hill, University, that intersection, go ahead and try to find a sturdier shelter to move into so you are away from, into a more sturdy shelter as you can be protected from some of these strong winds and debris as well. So Cottage Hill Road, Hillcrest, that's the intersection I'm watching really closely. That's where the storm is likely moving. If it spins up again, it'll be moving over that area. The newest scan is looking even messier than before, so it's going to be hard to tell. Again, this is very close to the radar, so when things get close to the radar, it's harder to tell exactly where some of these storms are, but I'm still thinking that it's close to Cottage Hill Road, moving really east along Cottage Hill Road, close to Sully Road, closer to the points in the southwest of Mobile County. Also, do not try to go outside and look at this. You can see all these areas in red here. That's heavy rain. So don't try to go out and look for this thing. You're not going to be able to see it. It's going to be likely rain wrapped if it's still a tornado, so you aren't going to be able to see it. This is dropping a lot of rainfall in addition to possibly causing damage in southwestern Mobile County, moving closer to West Mobile now. I would say that it's likely in West Mobile. Cottage Hill Road is that main road we're watching for this tornado to be moving. It looks like the tornado warning wasn't issued downstream just yet. But I'm going to still stay on the air until I see otherwise. Again, this is broken up a lot, so this likely weakened considerably. But we still could see, again, move into areas like the Cottage Hill and Cottage Hill and University intersection. It could move close to there. And then if it does drop another warning, areas along 65 close to Airport and Cottage Hill will be the next in the path of this storm. So even if you don't see a tornado warning, you're going to see gusty winds, heavy rainfall over the next 25 to 30 minutes as this storm continues to move to the north at around 20 miles per hour. So it's not moving super quickly. It's a slow moving storm.
We're getting hit with the front edge of this big rain shield that's associated with this storm. So I'm looking out of our studio cameras, and it's difficult to see anything with so much rain.
Yeah, I think it's mainly just rain we're having to deal with right now. So it will be pretty hard to see anything outside. I'm going to switch this over to our camera. I'm going to step off screen. You can see dumping heavy rain over portions of West Mobile. So it's likely not producing a tornado right now, but it's still a tornado-warned storm moving through West Mobile. You can see these sheets of rain still coming down as that heavy rain is now moving closer to I-65, Airport Boulevard, Cottage Hill Road. If you're indoors and we're thinking about going outside, don't even do it. Just stay indoors right now. Don't try to drive somewhere. The conditions are just going to get, if they're not already dangerous in terms of the heavy rain and the gusty winds, it's going to get to you in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We already have rain coming down here outside the studio, and we're going to continue to see rain over the next while as well. Let's see. I'm actually going to exit out of this. There we go. And you can still see, again, Cottage Hill Road, and then also along the Country Club Estates as well. Those are still areas included in this tornado, or not included in the tornado warning, but still in the path of this storm. You're getting the heavy rain right now, and you could still see some strong storms. Looks like I'm having some issues with my tracker. I'm going to actually fix this real quick. Let's see. So you see that heavy rain still coming down over the Creekwood, Windcrest, Carriage Hills communities. Along Cottage Hill Road, you're still included in this tornado warning. This likely will expire if a new warning is not issued in the next 5 minutes, because likely going to move outside of this warning box in the next little while. But Solly Road, if you're along Hillcrest and Cottage Hill Road, still need to be in your safe place. I still think we could have a tornado that respins up and drops another tornado, or we could have, we're still going to have gusty winds, heavy rainfall in these areas. So the area in green, still watching pretty closely, but have some, that wind, picking up some gusty winds there over in the southwestern portions of West Mobile. All on Cottage Hill Road, still need to be in your safe place. I'm going to see if my hand tracker is working again here. Looks like we're back to normal now. So, along Cottage Hill Road, you still need to be in your safe place. This is still a confirmed tornado warning. We might not have a tornado on the ground right now, but you still have gusty winds and heavy rainfall moving through, so we still need to be away from windows, at least, if you're not already in your safe place. Overton, and also along Grelot Road as well. This is still in that confirmed tornado warning. I think this is just to your south, but still, I would stay close to your safe place, be indoors. You're already seeing those and the heavy rainfall coming down there. Look at shear one more time. It's just really, really messy right now because it's really close to the radar site, so it's harder to tell exactly what is going on. And you can see our debris tracker is messy as well, close to the radar site. The radar is just to the northwest at the regional airport, so it's going to be harder to pick out exactly where this is.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, another new update here. It looks like the initial tornado circulation has weakened, so they are about to cancel this tornado warning.
Okay.
So they are monitoring 2 new supercells There, one over Tillman's Corner and one near Pettyboy Island. That's also going to be approaching Grand Bay and Biola Battery.
Okay.
We're going to watch those two new supercells. They're, in fact, you can see them. They're sitting out over the water right now. So those are the next two storms up here to watch. But it looks like they're about to cancel this warning for Mobile County in the next minute or two.
Okay, so yeah, they're probably going to cancel this warning here shortly. These are the two storms we're watching. I showed this shear rate because it shows where there's rotation in the storm. In this area where we're seeing a little bit of spin here out southwest of Mobile County, we could see another spin up here, and also watching one more area near Tillman's Corner where we're noting some rotation. So right now, no tornado warnings for those areas, but if you're in Mobile County, if you're in South Mobile County, even closer to Midtown, West Mobile, the Spring Hill area, you still need to be paying very close attention to the weather right now. There have been a couple of warnings that have already been issued today. One's for Mobile County, one over in George County, and there's just a lot of low-level spin in our atmosphere right now. So these can quickly spin up, they can drop a tornado, cause damage, and then they can lift in the span of just a few minutes. But that can still produce damage to life and property, so you want to make sure that you are paying very close attention to what's going on here. I still think this is weakened considerably, and if we don't see any more warnings, I think it'd be safe to say we could probably go back to programming.
Yep. They have officially expired this tornado. Well, they are going to expire it in the next 30 seconds.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do another kind of just wrap it up here. We'll also look at some of those other storms that we're watching there, Grant.
Okay. So I want to show you real quick, there are a couple more storms we're watching and just southeast of this tornado warning. This one is likely going to expire here in the next few minutes, this tornado warning we've been watching in southwestern Mobile County, really closer to West Mobile is the best place to put this. Near Tillman's Corner, I'm noting near Quail Run, Theodore, there is a area of spin here that could drop a tornado at any time. Again, not a tornado warned storm, but it could spin up and produce a tornado. So you'll need to be paying very close attention to this if you're along I-10, close to Cypress Shores, and closer to Forest Park as well. That's going to be closer to the Berkeley Field Airport. You need to be paying very close attention to the weather right now. We could have a tornado there. There's a possibility they could spin up and produce a tornado. So watching for rotation there. I want to go back over the bay as well. Yeah, this is one to watch very closely. This could move in a similar direction that we just saw this tornado warning near the Dawes Road area. So going to keep a very close eye on that. So throughout the rest of this evening, just always make sure to have multiple ways to receive warnings, whether it be your phone, a weather radio. Have multiple ways to receive warnings this evening as we could see some more tornadoes. Also strong gusty winds, and maybe a severe thunderstorm warnings issued. Just always remember to have that safe place in mind, an interior portion of your home on the lowest level where you can protect yourself if there's ever flying debris, we could have some more isolated tornadoes that do develop into this evening, so you need to make sure to have that safe place in mind. For Ed Bloodsworth, I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner with WKRG. We're going to send you back to programming. Again, thank you so much for watching this coverage. We'll send you back here in the next couple seconds.